Hey everybody, the Yankee Marshal here coming at you once again from the BOOGALOO Planning Center, or the Neckbeard Bunker as we like to call it, coming to you with some news about the BOOGALOO. I think all of you are aware we have been planning our revolution. We are going to take this country back from our oppressors through force if necessary. We are going to take it back for freedom-loving people. But we've been running into some scheduling issues. Now, a lot of you probably are already aware that we had originally scheduled it for Saturday, August 22nd. That's when the bloodshed was going to begin. But turns out we've had a lot of our members telling us that August is actually peak vacation season. And there's going to be a lot of people out there at the capitals, local landmarks, popular city streets who are wanting to take pictures for their vacation. And if we're in between them and what they're taking pictures of, fighting the government, that's going to ruin a lot of people's pictures, and that's rude. And revolution doesn't have to be rude. So we decided we're not going to do that. We're not going to inconvenience these people. They already paid for tickets, airplane tickets. They paid for hotels. So we're going to reschedule. Well, we originally were looking at Monday, September 7th. That's actually Labor Day. And we thought, hey, it'd be great. People will have the day off. People will show up. We won't be outnumbered by the army or the police or anything. But turns out, as we were talking to some businesses in some of the areas where we would probably be doing the most heavy fighting, Sherwin-Williams is going to be starting their Labor Day sale on all semi-gloss paints. And they are expecting quite a bit of traffic, and they need the parking space, and we can't triage in their area. So that's going to be a real inconvenience on them. So that's not going to work out. They have a right to run their business and earn a living. We can't interfere with that. So we thought we would reschedule. Well, we were going to reschedule for Thursday, October 8th. But it turns out that that's the day that Jim Willens in Tacoma, Arizona, that's the day he sits in front of the hardware store and cleans his fingernails with a penknife. So we didn't want to interfere with that. That's a tradition. So we moved it to Friday, October 9th. That was a good day. We thought that would work just fine. But then a lot of different Department of Highways from different states started getting with us and saying, Friday evenings are probably not going to work for us because Friday evenings, Saturday mornings are big traffic days. And if we block any streets, it's going to be bad. So they said, would you mind restraining your revolt to the hours of, or constraining, I'm not sure which word it would be there, your revolt to the hours of 1:45 a.m. to 2:15 a.m. On Saturday. And that's only a half hour, I think, if I'm doing my math correctly. And I just don't think that's going to be enough time to take back the whole country. We probably get some of it, but not all of it. We want to just do this once. No one wants to show up for this twice. So we thought that's not going to work. Plus, a lot of our members have to take their meds and be in bed way before 1:45 a.m. So that just wasn't going to work at all. So then we started looking at another date. We started looking at Wednesday, November 18th, 2020, this coming year, November. But tragedy struck on that day because it turns out a Larry Mullins from Jacksonville, Florida, posted on his Facebook page that he would be in attendance. And some very eagle-eyed people on Facebook pointed out that Mr. Mullins, I believe his name is Larry Mullins, I hope I said that correctly the first time, he has some unpaid parking tickets. That's not good. Also, and here's where it gets worse, according to police records, in 1987, when he was 14 years old, he got in a lot of trouble for calling his neighbor, one Miss Melody Fitzpatrick. He called her Big Melon's Bitch Patrick. That was quite an uproar. And none of us seem to know this person, but, we can't be associated with a monster like this because we're going to be judged by the most abusive and nasty among us. We've already set that standard, so can't be having someone like that there making the rest of us look bad. But like I said, since we don't know him, but we had some people contact him posing as telemarketers, and it turns out he has a dentist appointment on Tuesday, December 8th. Which is going to keep him out for the entire day, so he would not be able to attend the revolution that day. So we're going to reschedule it for Tuesday, December 8th. But, and here's another but, unfortunately, we started hearing from a lot of city commissioners and stuff, and December 8th, that's in the holiday shopping season. So we were going to need to get some special permits to set up on sidewalks or block pathways during that time because of the heavy foot traffic for shopping. And those permits, it was a freaking nightmare going through that process. A lot of it's in triplicate. A lot of it's very confusing. I gave up halfway through. No one's got time for that, so we're just not going to be able to get those permits. Now, some people are like, well, can't we show up without the permits? I mean, we are going to be, shooting government officials and stuff. Why don't you just eat some babies too while you're at it? Crime is crime, and we are not criminals. So it's permits or nothing. So we can't get the permits. I mean, it's just going to be too much trouble. So what we're doing right now, we are tentatively looking at Saturday, April 9th. Now, originally there was a problem with that because one Mr. Bill Perkins in Grand Rapids, his granddaughter had a ballerina recital that day. But it got moved to the following weekend because the teacher of the class, she had a little bit of a mental breakdown. So it's going to be a week later now. So we are on tentatively for Saturday, April 9th, 2022. It's a little ways in the future, but I want you to pencil it in on your calendars now. Be ready to fight. Be ready to take this country back. Unless, of course, it rains, and then we will, of course, reschedule. And if that happens, just tune back into this channel for further updates.